Good evening, everyone. This is Buntu Mkotwa, an electrical engineering student at the Central University of Technology. Today, I'm going to give a detailed explanation of the project I posted about 2 weeks ago, which is a project on grey water system. Water is becoming a scarce commodity in the whole world. We see in different countries that are having droughts, and in South Africa as well, we've had a drought in Cape Town a couple of years back, and we're starting to see that happening in Johannesburg and the central parts of South Africa. So we need to start using water in a different way in trying to save water. So to do that, we have to reuse water. So the grey water system is a system that reuses water. So basically the system controls the water usage by by storing the water into a reservoir and pumping the water for reuse in a toilet. So this is water usually from your sink, your basin in the bathroom, and water from your shower or bath. So the system has got an ultrasonic sensor in the cistern of the toilet, which checks the level of the water, and if the level of the water is less than 20%, the system sends a signal to the water pump to switch on the water pump, and it also sends a signal to the solenoid valve to open for the water that is being pumped to go into the water toilet system. The level of the cistern water is monitored by the ultrasonic sensor, and when the water gets to about 80% into the cistern, the system sends a signal to the pump to stop pumping the water, to switch off the pump, and it also closes the valve. The system also has a flow sensor. If there's no flow of water, the system won't switch on the pump. So for instance, let's say if the system of the toilet is 20%, so then the system is it sends a signal to the valve to open, and when the valve opens, water starts flowing, and then the system checks for the flow of water. If there's no flow of water, the system won't send a signal to the pump to start pumping, because it protects the pump from running dry. So I'm going to give you a detailed explanation on the block diagram. And now let me give you a detailed explanation of the flow diagram. So the Arduino is the brains of the system. The Arduino takes signals from the flow sensor and from the ultrasonic sensor, and those signals are processed, and from those signals the Arduino sends a signal to the relay, which in turn switches on the pump and the solenoid valve. The brains of the system is the Arduino PCB, which is programmed to receive signals from the flow sensor and the ultrasonic sensor, which checks the level of the water and the flow of the water. And from those signals, an output signal is sent to the relay, which switches on the pump and opens the valve, the solenoid valve. When the level of the water gets to about 80%, the Arduino sends a signal to the relay to switch off the pump and to switch off the valve. And the pump will not be switched on if there is no flow in the system, if there is no water flow in the system, as to protect the pump from running dry. The level of the system, the level of the water, is displayed onto the LCD display so that the user can see the level of the water. So when the system switches on, it checks the level of the water in the system. And if the level is less than 20%, a signal is sent and the valves open and the switches on the pump also open. The level changes. The level is displayed on the LCD and changes as the water level changes. However, if when the level gets to about 80% or above, the pump and the valve switches off and the level is displayed also. If there is no water flow, the pump and the solenoid remains off. There's nothing. This is, like I said before, to protect the pump from running dry. So now I will give you a display of how the project works. So when the level gets to 80%, the pump will stop and the valve will close, and then your toilet need to wait for again when the person flushes, and then the whole thing happens. The whole system happens again. So now it's on 70%, and you'll see as soon as it gets to 80%, then the pump will stop. You see now it's on 80%, so the pump has stopped, and it's same thing. If we flush or empty the water like we did in the beginning, you see the water level go down, and then when it gets to 20%, the pump will start again. So you can hear now the pump is switched on again. So this is the grey water system. This is how it works, and I hope this demonstration shows to you how the system works. Thank you.